One of the things that is happening is, first and foremost, everybody's categorizing everyone as illegal. That's the very first thing that we're hearing. Everybody's illegal. You have people, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and my neighbors are at the corner store and they're a bunch of illegals. How do you know? Did you ask? What defines illegal? What defines, what you think?
Yeah, you don't know their status.
Yeah, you don't know their status. So what?
All of us know Cardi B as an artist. We would assume she probably punched this lady, right? And I'm assuming I think if, as a plaintiff's lawyer, as just someone that knows Cardi B as an artist, when I look at her, I'm like, yeah, she probably punched that bitch.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Only Lawsuits podcast. Today, I've got my lady love, the one who's waiting for a ring.
Cut that.
She keeps on letting everybody know that I haven't proposed yet.
Did we have to say that on the podcast? Redo your fucking intro.
No.
It's too late.
No, we're rolling.
We're in deep.
rolling.
We're in, dude. We're in deep, baby.
No, but we're hosting her today. She's a very, very talented immigration paralegal. Hopefully soon.
Lawyer. She
Lawyer.
will be a lawyer hopefully soon.
Gets her results on September 22nd.
So
Welcome, baby. Welcome, Shiana.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, welcome, baby.
Yeah.
For the record, I'm just going to go out there and say, I told y'all not to see each other
Who?
a long time ago.
Me and
I'm pretty
Josh?
sure I told
Yeah,
Josh.
you
I
tried
was
to
like,
sabotage.
yeah, I was literally like, Josh, don't talk to Shiana.
It
I
just
ended up
shows
being
that
the-
you can't get in fate's way.
You
I
can't
just
get in
wanna-
Fate's way.
I am the best thing.
Listen,
happened.
look, whatever.
She is.
Fuck
She
me,
is.
I guess.
Yes. I didn't say it. You said it.
Now we're all here.
Now we're all here.
Let's
something
just,
sound?
I just want to make sure the elephant in the room is, addressed.
Who are
Well,
you calling an
Are
elephant?
you the elephant?
Hell yeah. I was like 500 pounds, dude. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Fuck, don't fat shame me, dude.
He's a more slender elephant now. More slender elephant. But hey, we don't have a ton of time today. We've been very, very busy as a firm.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that she was able to make time to be on today. And let's hop straight into a case that's on everybody's mind, which is Harjinder Singh, your cousin, right?
What was his name again?
Harjinder?
I think it was Harjinder.
Yeah.
Or
I feel like that's
Harjinder?
wrong.
Harjinder Singh.
Harjinder Singh.
Jesus. I
Let's-
feel
hold
like
on.
we're being kind of racist, but we're not.
I'm
Farah,
not being racist. That's
Farah,
my
can you
people.
please say it?
Harjinder Singh.
Okay, so he's finally facing charges in Florida for that tragic accident that killed 3 people. So I'll let Shiana start it off. So what's your opinions on it?
On what? On which part?
well, let's get down to it. Are you aware of kind of what happened with that guy?
Yeah.
So this is something, obviously Shiana handles the immigration aspect of a lot of our cases. I know immigration stuff. I do immigration stuff as well, but Shiana's the main person that helps me with all my immigration cases. And one of the big things that we constantly have to deal with is issues in which people come here, illegally, or improper, and they obtain documentation to get driver's license, so on and so forth. So in this case, I believe, based off what I've reviewed, Shiana, and I don't know if you reviewed anything about this guy, he came over from, I think it was Canada, or no, he came over
India.
He
Straight
from
up India,
India.
I think.
crossed the border in Mexico.
in Mexico. He went from India to Mexico, and I think there was an asylum. And, number one, that was a red flag for me, because part of the asylum application is you get granted asylum in a country that, is safe, right? So I find it's funny how you go from India to Mexico and then you jump into America and all of a sudden safe, right? So that was a big red flag to me. But one of the big things that he pointed out and that I've been seeing in some of the filings and paperwork is that he claimed there was a fear, from where he was as part of his asylum application, so on and so forth. And then when they interviewed him after the accident, he was like, oh, there was I'm perfectly fine. Like, there's nothing like that. So what it cued in my head was there's a lot of the things that we see is we get people that come to our firm and they get these people that do document preparation and do bullshit asylum applications, which is wrong. Like it actually sets you up for failure when you do that. So let's talk about that.
I think one of the issues comes in with, you have to remember, a lot of people that come in don't know what an asylum is.
Yeah.
You know, you tell people, hey, like, okay, here's an asylum because simply you're scared. You're scared. Oh, I'm scared. I don't want to go back because my country's a bad country. Well, in the United States, that doesn't qualify for an asylum. For an asylum, you have to meet certain requirements.
That's outlined by the INA.
Correct. And it's fear for specific reasons and past persecution based on specific reasons and specific things. It's not just generalized. If every single person in the country is experiencing what you're experiencing and it's something that isn't outlined, you know, within those guidelines, you don't qualify for an asylum. And the reality is like, oh, just my country is a bad country, or, you know, it's tough. Things are tough for other people there, so they might get tough for me. Like a very generalized thing, people think that is sufficient for an asylum. So a lot of these people don't know that they're not meeting those qualifications.
Well, a lot of it is also when you have people that come over and they file bullshit asylum paperwork and then it gets denied. What happens to them then? They're pretty much shit out of luck. You know?
mean, the asylum process is a very lengthy process. It's not something that happens overnight. You just don't come, you know, and apply and get denied. A lot of people, they are told by paralegals and by people who are not attorneys that
file this paperwork.
And you know what? Let me not even say some attorneys, because let's cat the bag. There's some bad attorneys out there who are just like, yeah, I can help you, so I can take your money.
Yeah.
And then they file, and you know, they call it a day. But one of the things that is happening is, first and foremost, everybody's categorizing everyone as illegal. That's the very first thing that we're hearing. Everybody's illegal. You know, you have people. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, and oh, my neighbors are at the corner store and they're a bunch of illegals. How do you know? Did you ask? What defines illegal? What defines, you know, what you think?
Yeah, you don't know their status.
Yeah, you don't know their status. So what happened with this guy was, I mean, even, God, I had family members that came up to me. Did you see that guy? Oh, he was illegal. That means he falsified paperwork. That means he had a fake
Did any of
Social
them say
Security.
he's probably related to Mike?
That's crazy. No, people don't know you like that.
No, it's because of the last name.
Once again,
I know.
Yeah.
he
I
is
was like, people
not
don't know you like that.
related to me at all. I mean, maybe through like the bonds of Curry, but definitely
By that
not.
definition.
Listen,
There are a lot of people that
There's
are
a
related
lot of
to you.
people.
I would be related to.
we're all brothers in Curry. All right, we're all brothers in
Agreed.
Curry.
Brothers and sisters in curry.
Yeah, but I don't know that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't like curry. But that's okay. You guys can take
That's a topic for
I
another
just,
time.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
had to make that point because you were generalizing all of us together. And
You're about to just
True
not
money
work
there.
here anymore.
I know.
I mean, I
I
know.
told her.
You just insulted
my
like
thing.
my fucking ancestors.
there's an
with that
ingredient in it
statement,
I don't
dude.
like. What is it about? Turmeric?
Yeah, she doesn't like
I don't like
turmeric.
turmeric.
Yeah, but you can make it
Dude.
without turmeric.
Curry's
I don't know. I've
like
never had curry without turmeric.
yeah,
I'll make it for
curry's
you.
its own powder.
I'll make it for you.
Turmeric's its own powder. Stop being racist.
Don't they put turmeric in curry?
That's just like calling people illegal.
Very, very.
Well, that's just very-
She likes the Asian curry though. She likes some
But that's
Asian
what I'm
curry.
saying. It's very generalized because we have curries that we don't even use curry powder or turmeric.
So then I need to try other curries. On.
You
All right,
need to
well
try
let's
some
get back.
Pakistani.
Let's get back to this illegal.
We can do
recruiting.
lunch at the Indian restaurant today.
Yeah.
All right, so we veered off topic talking about curry.
So the guy, they're trying to charge him for murder for those three people.
Yes.
And so that's a reason why they don't want him to get extradited to India, is because they actually want him to serve time for the crime that he committed.
I feel like here's the issue though, and we do this a lot where we combine two issues and pretend like that's the issue. The issue here was not that he was undocumented.
Yeah.
He was pending asylum. He had a valid work authorization. He had a driver's license. He had the documents he needed. Regardless of the manner in which those documents were obtained, they weren't obtained through fraud. And that's the biggest, you know, unless it was, he knew he was filing a fraudulent asylum, which again, that's an assumption, right?
Yeah,
We
that's
don't know
something
that.
we don't know.
But as for like paperwork, he had the valid paperwork.
Yeah.
So the issue is not whether he came and he's an undocumented person who caused an accident. The issue is this is the guy who was reckless and caused an accident.
Yeah.
Period.
But for
You
policy
should-
reasons, it feeds that narrative that like, oh, you know, the undocumented are all these criminals and murderers. And I feel like this feeds that idea.
It's feeding the narrative. And look, I agree with you. Like, look, his immigration status should not be a subject of conversation, in my opinion. I think the fact that he was given a license and he made a bad decision when it comes to his driving is what the primary concern here is. I do think look, there is obviously a litany of criminal violations that he did, you know, and it's a simple thing that he violated. It was, it was making an illegal U-turn through a portion of an interstate that was primarily designated for
He like
for-
hopped over the median, man.
no,
Like,
he didn't hop over a median.
Right?
So there's like little cuts in the interstates
Yeah.
for FHP or like people to like official vehicles to
Right, but
use.
it wasn't intended for a U-turn.
No, FHP can do a U-turn
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
but
yeah.
what he did is he actually, I believe, was on the right side of the interstate and then went across all the lanes of the interstate to go through that little section, which his trailer then took up the entire interstate. So by the time he made that left-hand turn, his trailer was taking up all of Interstate 75, I think it was. And
I think it
there
was the turnpike.
the turnpike. One of the vehicles that were coming down the road had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Granted, they could have slowed down, but it all depends on the circumstance, right?
Right.
So, all things considered, look, I think it's crazy that we're seeing the administration take advantage of this, this illegal alien
I don't think it's
talk.
crazy. I think it fits perfectly with the administration that we're in and the agenda that we're pushing. Because, one of the things that we learn, especially in law school, is what's the issue? What caused the accident? His status, let's be honest,
Did not cause
we
the
live
accident.
in Florida. There are bad drivers everywhere. The
Yeah.
issue here is like, and I'm not gonna, sugarcoat it. I jump a lot of curbs.
Oh yeah,
lot.
your floorboard
I'm a
on your
very
car is
yeah,
a
yeah.
clear designation.
I'm a
Yeah, we
very
see that
bad
shit.
driver. I and I'm not saying that's an excuse. It's not. But the issue here is his driving. The issue here is his recklessness. The issue here is his lack of attention. The issue here is 1,000 other things other than his immigration status. But because of the agenda and the administration that we're currently in, that's what we're going to focus on. It's the same thing. And I know we didn't plan this as a topic, but look at the shooting that just happened. It was a white trans person. And forget, if you want to talk about things that the past couple of shooters and
Wait, there was a white trans shooter?
yeah,
for
you-
the
you-
Minnesota
Notice-
Minnesota middle school.
Notice how that didn't fucking blow up because I didn't even really hear it.
I didn't hear about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there was a shooting that just happened, and it was in Minnesota, and it was by a white trans human being, right? Well, the issue that they're focusing on is that they were trans, that a couple of shootings have happened by trans individuals. Never mind the other thing that they have in common. They are all Caucasian, right? But we forget about that.
Jesus Christ.
Let's call it for what it is. If they were all black, people would say they are all black. If they're all trans, they're going to say they're all trans. Everyone is pushing. The issue is that they're trans. The issue, we need to get trans people
I'm
out
actually
of here.
really impressed you didn't say they all involve guns because I would have been really, really like fuck you.
Well, I think the issue is that people pick and choose what they want to focus on when
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah.
That's all this is. This car accident that just happened, it's about convenience. It's about
Really convenient that it's right around the time Trump doesn't want to fucking talk about Epstein.
Release the files.
Release the file.
Release the
episode.
files. Every episode.
Josh is going to say release the files.
But no, I can see where Shiana's coming from because one of the things that they're politicizing based off of the fact that he got his license in California is the fact that, California is a left-leaning state.
Yeah.
Their immigration policies are a little bit more lax, or the way that they handle it is a little bit more lax. So they made such a big deal out of the fact that he got the license in California. But I agree. I don't think that it has anything to do with where he got the license. I think it just has to deal with the fact that he was a reckless driver.
he's a
Yeah.
shitty driver. And
I
yes, he
think-
should be punished for that.
I
Yeah.
think the lesson that needs to be learned from this and that people really need to pay attention to is listen, now, if you are not a U.S. citizen, every single thing you do will be scrutinized with as much as it possibly can and it can negatively impact your immigration situation. Because look, I guarantee you, if this was 2-3 years ago, this guy would have probably gotten arrested for reckless driving or something like that, and he probably wouldn't have gotten any attention.
I don't
I've
know
been-
about this situation specifically because there is people who died. So I think he still would have gone vehicular manslaughter. In
No,
some
you
type
want to
of
know
way.
how I know you're wrong?
How?
I handled a case where same exact fucking situation where I witnessed a driver of a truck on video make an illegal left-hand turn. He violated the DOT laws. He violated the Florida law when it comes to driving, and made a left-hand turn. Motorcycle hit him. Kid died on impact. You know what happened? He got nothing. Not
That's
even
crazy.
fucking 1 day in jail. And when he sat down during a civil lawsuit about it, I mean, I can't talk about it, but I'll tell you, there was no
As we
fucking
talk about
remorse. There's no fucking remorse on this guy's face for killing someone.
That's really sad.
Well, I mean, but
But
I guess
he should have been in fucking jail if you ask me.
yeah.
You know?
But I
So-
guess that makes a valid point that your immigration status, you know, it is impacted by whatever you do. And we were talking about certain things that can get you possibly deported.
Yeah, which is a great segue into the next subject. So what are some things that can possibly get you deported?
I'm going to be honest, everything.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's go ahead, Mike.
Well, so let's focus on some of the big things that we've seen in files that have gotten people deported that are really seemingly small things like DUIs.
Yeah. That's a big one.
DUIs are something that are very, very big, that are small in comparison to the concept of like murder. Obviously, murder will get you deported,
Of course.
but you know, we've worked on cases with DUIs where people get pinged by DUI situations.
Yeah, I mean, my personal opinion on that is very. I think that our immigration system is so fucked because you can come and I have seen people, you know, naturalize and they have 7 DUIs and they happened so long ago that they now meet the qualifications for naturalization.
But DUIs can impact whether or not you would be able to be approved, right?
No. So
No.
Can they? Yes.
Yeah.
Do people usually get their LPRs taken away, or like can they no longer qualify for naturalization for DUIs? No. I have seen so many people with DUIs, at least 1 or 2,
Yeah.
that can then naturalize. Because what it is with naturalization too is there's like a time period.
Yeah.
So if your DUIs happened 10 years ago, they're like, oh, but you've changed.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're a good person
And yet,
now.
if you have a DUI in the U.S., you can't enter into Canada.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's truth.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have a DUI in the U.S., they will not allow
They
you
won't
into
allow you in
Canada.
But I feel like that goes to show like priorities, because
Yeah.
like one of the other things for immigration is you come to the United States one too many times, not even just one too many times. You come twice and you're barred.
Yeah.
You stay too long and you're barred. You have
Yeah.
all these things that can bar you.
Well, that's one of the next big things is, look, people will come over on tourist visas, right?
Yeah.
Or they'll come over on a visa. And if you stay 1 day over, what's the bar that it triggers, Shauna?
So it depends.
Well, but it could be if you stay over the
And then you
length in
leave?
time you stay
Yes.
over, and what you do impacts it, right?
Yeah. So there's different time periods for how long you can be barred. So there's like a period of like if you stay over up to 180 days, over 180 days. There's a bunch of different time periods, and then however long you stay will then determine how long you're barred for. Or like if you leave and come back.
I mean, the lesson here is just don't overstay your
Yeah.
visa.
And
Well,
before,
not only that, it's get competent legal counsel
Yeah.
Very true.
before you make any decisions regarding your
Yeah,
immigration
don't
situation.
overstay and then come to people and be like, "Oh, what do I do now?"
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we're very limited in what we can do after the fact.
Yeah. And immigration's one of those weird areas where the attorneys do not have as much power to do much. It's not like, you know, a criminal case where we can go and, file a motion to get you bonded out and it's like clockwork. Immigration has a lot of leeway now, especially under this administration. They're deporting people,
Yeah.
left and right next day now.
I think that's one of the issues with immigration is that, immigration officers have so much discretion. Like they can just not like you and scrutinize you even further. Don't get me wrong. There are guidelines that they're supposed to, abide by.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like, is there like a specific, like if you meet these specific requirements, you're in or you're automatically out? No. And the standard that typically they use from word of mouth, a little birdie told me, the standard that they typically use is they would rather keep out the wrong person than let in the wrong person.
Yeah. And I mean, to be
So.
fair, look, as an American citizen, as a, taxpayer, as someone that's raising a family here, I think we can all agree we don't want bad people in our country. But
What if they're already here?
And
true.
define bad people, because that's the issue.
so
Some
I mean,
of them
look,
start out bad. Can we kick them out?
I mean, I would like to be able to kick American citizens. that
That's
are
what
bad
I'm
out,
talking
Yeah.
I feel
about.
like that's
Yeah.
that's what they're leaning towards.
Yeah.
Yeah, is trying to do that.
Dude, I mean, I heard we just sent them to Puerto Rico.
That's crazy. I am Puerto Rican, and that's why I made that statement.
Oh.
Puerto Rico's a beautiful country, or a beautiful,
He will be looking
beautiful
for
place.
a new paralegal tomorrow.
beautiful American territory. I've been there a few
face,
times.
dude, her face.
Way to
was
save
like-
face.
I was
baby.
waiting to make a Puerto Rico joke and just lined right up.
That's okay. He will need a new paralegal by the
I love,
Speaking
I
of-
love the Puerto Ricans. My niece is Puerto Rican. I love my niece.
way. What for?
Oh no, no. Is Cardi B Dominican or Puerto Rican?
Cardi B's
No,
Dominican.
that's the other
She's
place we
Dominican.
just. I'm just
That's the other one.
Yeah. I think she's Dominican. I'm gonna Google that real
no,
quick.
she's Dominican. So,
Yeah.
so let's talk about that. Has anyone seen any of the Cardi B lawsuit shit?
I'm following it like hell.
I am loving the clips of Cardi.
It's so funny.
Dude,
I saw her on the stand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She,
Yeah,
it's kind of hilarious.
She's
very, very
phenomenal.
entertaining.
Yes.
so the Cardi B lawsuit is fucking hilarious
Dominican.
because, and it's a great lawsuit to talk about with kind of like stuff we deal with, right?
Yeah.
So, Farr and I will work civil cases, and this is the uphill battle we have to deal with, right? Your client is only as good as your client is, and the defendant is who the defendant is, right?
Yeah.
So one of the big things that stuck out to me about this case, in this case, the girl was a security card that said Cardi B scratched her, blah, 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 blah. So, listening to the case, there's obviously some issues where there was no photos taken of the scratch. And
There's
then
no medical record.
there's no
no
medical
evidence.
records. There's no evidence.
She also supposedly had plastic surgery. Remember?
Yeah, there was
So-
plastic surgery. So, this girl says how the incident happened, and then you hear Cardi B's incident about how the accident happened. And I think all of us know Cardi B as an artist. We would assume she probably punched this lady, right? And I'm assuming I think if as a plaintiff's lawyer, as just someone that knows Cardi B as an artist, when I look at her, I'm like, yeah, she probably punched that bitch. You know what
I
I'm
don't know. I
saying?
assume the opposite, knowing
Yeah,
Cardi B.
I'm gonna give her the benefit of
way.
the doubt.
I do, because people are money hungry, and it's like Cardi B.
That's what it seems like to me. It seems like a
Yeah.
cash grab.
Well, listen, but here's the thing. I think Cardi B was coached up well enough by her counsel where they can also paint that narrative to make people think it's a cash
I
grab.
think Cardi B's also brutally honest, though. Like in every interview that I've ever seen in Cardi B, like she's very like who she is. Like even when did you call her fat? No, I called her a bitch. And what? You know what I'm saying? Like
Listen.
she's like to go
But
up
to
there
that-
and say that.
To
I
that
will
effect,
say-
I don't think the security guards counsel, I don't think he was prepared for Cardi B.
Right.
Exactly.
He's awful.
No, I think he's getting rocked.
Like when
And
he's talking about like, why are you questioning her about her wigs? Like
Yeah.
that's not even a good segue into any line of questioning.
Wait, you know how he brought in
And
the
he's just like, oh, you had short black hair yesterday. Today it's blonde. Is that one real or are they both real? And she's like, wigs.
Well,
I
you know,
think-
one thing that
I
I'll
think he's playing into her hand. you
But
know?
one thing that I'll say is, if I'm not mistaken, I think something that they'll probably bring up is I do remember that there have been a few incidences where she's been on stage, and it's not her fault because people shouldn't be throwing stuff on stage, but they'll throw stuff on stage, and she's throwing it back.
that was one.
At a concert goer. But and you're right. Maybe it was only once, maybe it was only twice. But do you think that that's something that they would bring up?
Possibly
It's
arguing a
character, yeah.
propensity
Yeah.
for violence. You
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
use that. But
Yeah.
Well,
But
I also think, just her personality. I think what he's trying to do is elicit that she is a very reactive person.
And he's trying to get a reaction out of her.
Yeah.
There was one question that I laughed because there was one question where he was asking about her nail length. And he's
Oh,
looking at
God.
her nails. Oh my God. And he goes, so if you wanted to, could you get them 3 inches? Like, no, bitch, I can't.
You know
Like,
where he
what?
did
no,
get
for
her.
acrylics. That's
For
what she
acrylics.
was saying.
No,
She
yeah,
was
and
like,
he's
yeah,
like,
it would
so if
take
you
me 3
wanted
hours
to-
to like melt them off and do
Right.
all
Like,
this.
what is that even? She doesn't have them now. It doesn't mean
Well,
she didn't have
no,
them
the
then.
point was because the security guard is arguing that it was scratched. So there's a very good reason, I would say, like you were saying, that she was coached well. There's a very good reason why she has short nails. If you've ever seen Cardi B
They're always
online,
really
you know
long.
she has nails out
Yeah,
to
yeah.
here,
Yes.
and she talks
Yes.
complains about she can't wipe her ass
Yeah,
with
yeah.
her nails. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Always.
it was a very tactical decision for her to have short nails at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, look, it's an interesting lawsuit, and the grand scheme of things, what I understood take away from this lawsuit is, this is the type of shit that we attorneys have to deal with, right? people that say things happen and people that say they didn't happen. And it all depends on who's more believable sometimes, because I guarantee you there's nothing what's going to win this case is going to be charisma one way or the other, whether it's
likable.
Exactly.
I'm voting
right?
Cardi B.
Shit, I'm voting Cardi B just because
Just for the attorney, man.
Just because when the one thing that fucking sold me is when he was trying to get her to admit that they were in a confrontation, and he was like, "Oh, are we in a legal confrontational situation?" She was like, "Oh, a debate."
And
she,
then everyone's
rolled.
laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yo, she won. She won over the jury. That right there, you win over the fucking jury."
Yep.
Well, and even when she was like, "No, I called her a bitch," and the guy's like, "Say it to her face right now," and she's like, "What?"
Well, yeah, and that was, you know, they made an objection and it was sustained because
You can very clearly. see
But
what
she
he's
kept
doing.
going. She was like, "I caused that bitch a bitch." I was like, "Oh shit."
Well, you brought it up earlier about there not being documentation, and that's one thing that we always say, that if something happened, whether it's
take
an
your phone out,
accident
take a
or
picture, dude.
a fight, document it. Make sure that it's documented, because then it becomes your word versus theirs with no proof. So
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a funny lawsuit.
I'm surprised it got this far with no evidence.
yeah,
Because sometimes I feel like with celebrities, they want to prove a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately, look, it's one of those things where, you know, celebrity lawsuits are they're interesting. You know, we're working on one. We can't talk about it, but it's going to be an interesting case.
yeah.
Every time Mike goes, we can't talk about it. It's after he talks about it. So he's like, he'll say something small, and he's like, but we can't talk about it.
I can't talk about it.
It's a secret.
Secret. Is this ASMR or whatever it's called?
Yeah, I have to touch the microphone.
Oh God. Okay. We lost our 2 followers from the Netherlands because of that.
Maybe we gained some.
Maybe we gained some other
I don't
followers
know how
though.
those
Right?
ASMR people do it. Cause like I would just be dying laughing the whole
Yeah.
time.
Well, I don't understand how people like. So you know how you ever heard what is it when you feed people a shit ton of food? What's that called?
Mukbang.
Mukbang.
So, dude, I want to
how
do
far
one
Yeah.
now that I can eat. I was talking to someone because I don't understand the ASMR shit. I don't understand like the mukbang shit. I don't understand that shit. But I want to start like a page where I just like eat a little bit of food and get satisfied, and then just see if it like gets a crowd.
Like you eat a pea and you're like,
yeah, like
That's actually how Mike eats.
I feel like
that's
you would get.
legitimately how I eat
shrimp.
now.
I feel like people would be like really, really frustrated that you're not
they would
finishing
be.
the whole amount.
You're just like looking at it.
So you would get that following.
Yeah, it'd just be an entire video of you looking at it and taking a small bite and be like,
Like
We-
That
order
would give
a
me so
whole
much
dish.
anxiety.
Yeah, or order like a platter of food and take one bite and be like, delicious.
A little
Dude,
baby
imagine how
shrimp.
infuriating it would be if you like go to a buffet and you just go and like take one fucking little piece of every single part and put it on a thing, and then you just tape yourself eating that part.
I think
I
people
add-
would hate watch that.
I
people
would
would
hate
hate watch that.
I asked. That's why I asked you. I was like, "Can you eat hot pot?" And I'm like, "Cause I can't imagine like you go somewhere like a buffet or somewhere where there's unlimited. And you have like 2 bites. And you're
I
like,
feel like-
that was great.
I feel like we found a new niche. We need to start doing some videos like that.
Fabulous.
And well, just to explain more for people that don't know, I had the gastric sleeve surgery, so I can't eat shit. But I'm perfectly fine with it. Everyone else gets pissed off about it.
Yeah, I asked him, and he was like, "No, I have like 1 chicken nugget, and I'm good. I'm good till
Meanwhile,
tomorrow."
we're both eating our own pizza.
You fat
and
pieces
then
of
sharing,
shit.
and then combining. And
You know what? I'm gonna start fat shaming you guys.
just give me yours. I'll take
You
yours.
can.
I'm just gonna-
Legitimately.
That's crazy.
Oh, you ate all
The
of
skinny
that?
guy is like, you can. The one who's fit.
Oh my God.
Fit in
You
shape.
ate-
He's like, yeah, you
You
can.
You ate that
Sorry.
4-piece?
No, I'm
Right.
just saying, like, compared to how he was when we first started this podcast versus now.
Oh, dude,
I should
was
put a
like-
before and after on screen for people.
I
Well,
was
they were also
Insert.
trying to get Cardi to call her fat, like she was saying, and she's like, well, what was your stature? And she's like, oh, well, I was 130 pounds at the time, so
And she can protect a building.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. I wish they would have like. I haven't seen her. Like they should have like immediately like, posted a picture of her standing up. Like, see Exhibit A.
Yeah, I want to see what
Boy.
the security guard looks like. Apparently, she looks like she can secure the building.
That's crazy. That's
I'm
what
gonna
she
put a
says.
photo of the security guard on screen
Okay.
so people can get a general idea. But Shiana,
Yes. Josh.
thank you for coming on today. We appreciate it. It was a little bit last minute.
Did you bring the ring?
We damn dude, all this pressure, man.
It would immediately be a no. That's crazy.
No.
That's crazy
Jesus
as hell. No, I've been avoiding
No.
this podcast like the fucking plague.
We know.
No.
So
Yeah, because
She
she
has
only
been.
gets stressed out about me and Josh. She
Yeah.
thinks me and Josh are bromantic.
Bromantic.
But you are.
if we could insert
We
some
are.
text
But you
messages,
are.
I
There's
feel
no
like it would
shame.
be
There's no
great.
shame.
Yeah.
Don't
Let's share it to my game.
violate the
Why are
fucking
we
bro
denying
code.
it?
You do know I have access to all your messages, right?
I maybe I want you to know.
That's crazy. Actually, you know what? Since we're talking about that,
Jesus
Mike
Christ.
Facebooked me.
Are we gonna keep this on the recording?
Throw this shit on. Mike Facebooked me, right? And Josh
still
got
use
me
Facebook
something.
Messenger?
Yeah, he used Facebook Messenger. Josh got me something, and I posted it on the story. And obviously, Mike made a stupid comment, and I was like, "If you're jealous, all you have to do is ask him." And he's like, "You know, he'll get me one." And that's how I pictured him. So that's how he said it. That's exactly how he said it.
That is exactly how I said it.
It is a competition here.
That's fucking
That's why he
hilarious.
didn't want us together at the beginning. It was jealousy.
Everybody's
He's
fighting for
mine.
the attention. What?
That's why when Mike calls him at like 2 a.m., I'm like,
It's
Mike,
fine.
he's
Dude.
We
off.
have our
She's
own
like
romance.
she always has boundaries.
Far is holding
You're-
my hand right now for
you're-
those of you who can't see.
Your friends have no boundaries. That's what she always says.
They don't, bro. Fucking, and then Josh forgets to fucking put his phone on silent. And I don't know why you people want to write
hey
him at like 3
everybody!
o'clock in the
Thank
fucking
you so
morning.
much for tuning in to this most recent episode of the Only Lawsuits podcast. It's become ragging on Josh.
Catch me next week.
all day, baby. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any suggestions,
This is
please
going to be
leave
the
them in the
best view
comments
podcast.
below. And yeah, man, until next time.
You're welcome. You're so welcome.